terms of advice for councils that are just starting out on work in climate change, what do you think are the 3 most important steps?
Oh, deep breath.
Wish we got this one beforehand.
Yeah. Obviously, the first step is to have a political body that is in lockstep with the staff. We've been very fortunate here in all of our decision making in this regard. It's been pretty much unanimous decisions by the council, including the declaration of a climate emergency. So that makes it a whole lot easier, as Grant pointed out, for the staff, because they have very clear direction and there is no ambiguity whatsoever. So, I mean, ideally, if you can manage it, to get a political body that agrees with its approach is the first step.
Yeah, I would echo that. I would say, look, bottom up has its place, and bottom up can be effective in certain things. But I think with this particular topic, not just because of the controversy around the science and what have you, but even when you accept that, the more you dive into it, the more confronting it becomes. And so I think getting that the elected and the executive teams on board and driving it from the top down really should be the first step in any process.
And probably step 2 is making a commitment.
Yeah, I agree. Particularly putting that policy, getting that policy setting right. Like I said, that was something that we recognised was a little bit of a gap. And that is also important, not just for any present day iteration of council, but you know, you may have this might not be the right word, but a more enlightened council now. But as we know, the composition of councils can change, and so it's important to put down the foundation stones now, so that they're more resilient to, I guess, changes later on.
And step 3 would be resourcing, wouldn't it?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, yep. Definitely.
Budget allocations.
Yeah.
And staff. The fact that we have 2 full-time staff, both focused on a daily basis on this issue, is enormously important in terms of the trickle-down effect through the rest of the organisation.
Yeah, we've just brought on a part-time third supporting officer, and Donovan, talking about QCRC, in his recommendations report, flagged this very early on with council, saying eventually this team is going to need to be expanded, because the more you get into this, the more you really realise the scale and complexity of the problem, and it really does require all hands on deck. So staff resourcing is definitely the third one.